Body position is going to be very important to shooting faster while shooting accurately. Also known as stance. I'm calling it body position because there's a little more than your feet. I talked about the locking of the wrist. I'm going to go over that again for you because all of that is the position of your body, and I also want to talk about a couple other things. So first thing I'm going to do as an isosceles shooter, okay, there's other videos that you can watch on the different types of stance. This is the stance that I use. This is the stance that most people have adopted, whether they're combat shooters or competition shooters. There's a couple of different reasons that we can get into in another video. As an isosceles shooter though, we're creating two isosceles triangles, one with our legs, one with our hands. That's why it's called isosceles. The way I begin is my toes are just about even. I'm right-handed, so my right toe is just ever so slightly behind my left toe. It's actually my boxing stance too. This is where I begin with my feet. They're about shoulder width apart. There's a slight bend in my knees, so I can kind of absorb some recoil, and that way I can move too. My weight is forward from the bend in my knees, so I keep my weight on the balls of my feet, like a boxer. You ever heard the term rocked him back on his heels? That's a boxing term. Try walking around on your heels and see how agile you are. So we want to be on the balls of our feet. More weight up there, probably about a 70-30, 70% on the front, 30% on the heels, okay? We're also going to have a slight bend in our waist. That's going to help us manage that recoil. Okay, when you've got split times of 0.15 of a second and better, you've got a lot of recoil driving into you. So leaning forward is going to help you manage that. Okay, so feet shoulder width apart, slight bend in the knees, slight bend in the waist. I'm going to go ahead and establish grip on my firearm. Establish my body position. I got my grip. If you haven't seen that video, please go back and watch it. And then I assume my shooting position. A couple of things I want to point out here. Notice I've got my slight bend in my knees. I've got a bend in my waist like there's a hinge there. Now I'm going to bring the sights to my eyes. Now for a lot of people this is new. But the reason you want to do that is because you're going to maintain a neutral spine. Most of us were taught with shotguns and whatever to pull that gun in or bring it down here if it's a pistol and bring our head like that and bring our elbows up. That's fine if it works for you. I'm teaching you how I shoot the way that I do and give you something to try to maybe break my records. Shoot faster than me. Now I bring the sights to my eyes. It maintains neutral spine. Remember, I've got this axis equal with this axis, or as close to as possible as I can get. I'm choked up on my gun because I want to manage that recoil and let it come straight back and absorb it equally through my arms. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to lock this wrist. See how I've rolled it forward just a little bit and I've locked it straight. That's why when you see me shoot, you'll see that just about all that moves is that slide coming straight back. And that, my friends, is how you're going to put rounds on target accurately and fast. Grip, trigger control, body position. You're going to nail it. This is John from TBRC. Don't forget to like, subscribe, thumbs up, tell your friends, comment, come back and see us. Y'all take care.